I call it I was searching for love my whole life in all the wrong places. It was like I searched for it in fame as a young boy. I wanted to be the best in the world. I wanted to have a lot of girls. I wanted to have a lot of money. I wanted to be on the cover of magazines, but they never fulfilled me. There was no contentment there. There was something missing. I call it there was a void in my heart that couldn't be filled. So now I went and tried to thrill seek and do things in the dark side. So I started using drugs on a more regular basis. Pretty soon it became on a daily basis. Pretty soon it consumed my life, and I was in a vortex of just wanting to change, knew it wasn't good for me, but I was sitting there going, you know what, tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. You see, there was no way out for me until finally I got arrested, and I was looking at 10 years of prison time. And in that place of having all my lines cut, all the resources cut, that I finally went and I said, you know what, I can't talk my way out of anything. I can't, pay enough money to get myself out of this situation. I finally looked up and said, God, if you're real, can you please help me? And at that moment, God sent a woman who's my wife today who said, Christian, you need to go get a Bible. First she said, we need to trust in God. And I was like, God, I need a lawyer. I need an attorney. So many times we look to our worldly ways to get ourselves out, but we never look to God. And so finally I said, I'm not dying. And she said, no, God's going to help us. Go get a Bible. That night in prison, first 2 days I was there, I went and opened up the Bible, and it was like God speaking His truth to me. And it was like the scales falling off my eyes and me receiving His truth in my spirit, because the Bible says if we search for God with our whole heart, we'll find Him. And at that moment, I was desperate, and I cried out to God. And I said, God, if you're real, will you help me? And at that moment, God met me. God completely, radically consumed me. I felt His love. I felt His presence. I felt His forgiveness. All the things that I've, done in my past, He said that I'll forgive them. And at that moment, it was like all the hurt, all the pain, all the guilt, all the shame kind of like just fell off my shoulders, because 2 weeks later, after opening up that Bible and the Word piercing my heart, it was like I accepted Jesus. I finally went, and my wife's uncle said, you know what, he's a pastor, and he goes, you need to receive Jesus in your heart. And that night I did. And I tell you, I've never been the same since. Hi, I'm Christian Hosoi, professional skateboarder from Huntington Beach, and I ride with a purpose.